Beneath the picturesque paradise of Jamaica, along the bustling streets of Japan, and across the diverse landscape of America lies a dark underside. In large cities and small towns, in countries all over the world, women and children are trafficked, freely traded like merchandise to meet a demand for sexual services. We are Shared Hope International. We are leaders in a worldwide effort to eradicate sexual slavery. In 1998, Congresswoman Linda Smith traveled from the U.S. Capitol to the dusty streets of Mumbai, India. Standing on a street corner, she witnessed a horrific and devastating reality.
On my first visit to India, I traveled to a place called Falkland Road, one of the worst brothel districts in the world. I had to push past throngs of men as I walked down a dark and putrid alley, lined with teeny brothel stalls, each selling girls as young as my granddaughter. But my eyes met one little girl. It was as if God whispered into my ear, "Touch her for me." I reached out and touched her small shoulder, and she just fell into my arms. I knew I had to do something.
In an effort to protect these prostituted girls, Linda founded Shared Hope International, an organization that rescues and restores women and children in crisis. Our three-pronged strategy of prevention, rescue, and restoration saves innocent girls and fights an evil that regards precious lives as nothing more than profit.
The things that he said were things that I've never felt before. I actually felt like I was loved by somebody for the first time. And I put all of my trust and all of my faith in him. And he was just trying to recruit me and tell me all the good things about myself to make me do anything that he wanted me to do. I told him I didn't want to, and he took me into a hotel room with her and started beating me. And from that point, I was scared and was just basically ready to do what he wanted to do to make the beating stop. The one time he had beat me so bad that he had ruptured my spleen and it put me in the intensive care unit. So it's like once you knew that he could almost kill you, you'd rather do what he says than to get beat again.
I've got the predator in my group. Even when I go out and I'm hunting, I'm looking, I'm a predator. They prey on the innocent.
Recruited, kidnapped, and sold, girls suffer immeasurable abuse at the hands of their traffickers, and their buyers go largely unpunished. The victims of sex trafficking, whether from the American Midwest or a small village in India, share the same heartache. Their youth leaves them vulnerable. They are simply innocent children in need of our protection, in need of a safe place to run. When Ganga was only a child, she traveled to the city with her father to help him sell his wares. She was full of excitement about the trip because she had never ridden on a train before. But just as soon as she stepped onto the busy streets, her father was gone. Frightened and tearful, she was approached by an old man who assured her that she would be cared for until her father returned. But sadly, this was just a lie. Her desperate family had sold her to a brothel. She was brutalized and forced to perform despicable sex acts with 20 men a day or more. After years of torture, this beautiful and innocent girl finally managed to escape and fled back to her village. Sadly, her own family rejected her. They told her they wanted nothing to do with the prostitute, and with complete dejection, she returned to the only place she could go, the streets.
When my own family did not accept me, God's family did. I was so happy. I am very grateful to God and to all of you today that you have accepted me and loved me and give me hope.
Because of girls like Ganga, Shared Hope International partners with local organizations to construct villages of hope, protective communities for women and children. With Villages of Hope around the globe, we provide survivors with an environment where they can be restored without fear of being sexually exploited again. Each village includes the Women's Investment Network, a program that offers education and job skills training. Women learn computer skills and trades like gardening, baking, jewelry making, and leatherwork. This holistic approach to restoration teaches each girl that she is valuable and gives her an opportunity to lead a successful and meaningful life.
What day and what time worked for her? Did she tell you that?
The Women's Investment Network also serves women in the U.S. The program provides an opportunity for women in crisis to gain the confidence, education, and skills necessary to enter the workforce and support their families. Other projects include the Defenders USA, an alliance of men who take a stand against the commercial sex industry and the exploitation of the innocent. We also partner with organizations in the U.S. that serve women and girls in need, and we advocate for the proper identification of domestic minor sex trafficking victims, children who are prostituted in America. We are leading a cultural change so that a child will no longer be branded as a prostitute, but served as a victim.
I had had enough, and when I got in one guy's truck, I had him take off at the lot with me, and wherever he was going, I went. I want people to see me that I'm an ordinary person. I was just trying to survive in a very hard situation and had to do whatever I had to do to make my life to be able to survive to get out of it.
Shared Hope International plays an active role in the global community by conducting research and undercover investigations into the sex trade. We provide life-saving efforts such as HIV clinics and mobile food vans that nourish hungry men, women, and children. Supporting these initiatives leads to interventions that rescue girls like Ganga.
I ask you to pray for me so that God can give me the strength and the courage to go and share the love of God with those people and rescue the girls.
Ganga was finally saved by an outreach worker who found her on the streets and brought her to the safety of our protective homes in India. Here, she found security, healing, and a promise for the future. Once a hopeless girl who would have surely died on the streets, she is now a happily married woman, raising a beautiful daughter of her own. With your help, Shared Hope International will continue to lead the fight against sex trafficking and restore hope, one life at a time.
Ganga's story of restoration is one of many that can be told with your help. Even here in the United States, at the average age of 12, girls are lured by traffickers and forced into prostitution. Just like Ganga was rejected by her family, prostituted children in America are often seen as delinquents and punished for the crime that is committed against them. With your financial support, Shared Hope International can bring hope to America's children too. Around the world and here at home, together we can make a difference, one life at a time.